Sweta Chakraborty is an author and a risk behavioral scientist. She's also the founder of Adaptive, which focuses on food security and disease in relation to a warming planet. Sweta, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me.
It's certainly nice to see young activists speaking out and demonstrating and really speaking with conviction to fight climate change. But do you think these types of protests really, at the end of the day, while raising awareness certainly, do they make a difference?
It's incredible to see a young girl like this do what she's doing and get the support not only of the public, but even her parents, the administrators that are letting her take this time off of school. Because what is the point of studying for the future if there is no future? Her message is so clear, and it's reverberating around the world to the point where even next week at the UN Climate Action Summit, students, New York public school students will be allowed with parental approval to not go to school on the Friday. That's incredible. This is really not just doing something. You're seeing mobilization globally, and it's all really in the name of this one individual young girl. So yes, it's really doing something.
But in terms of policy and seeing change, especially in this country, Sweta, will we see any kind of difference here?
So that's the point. It is such extreme polarization still in this country where you have all of this public movement and support, and on the other, you have the global, you have the governance and you have the leadership that aren't doing their job. So it's such a stark difference, and it's shocking that the public gets it and they have that support, but then there's no movement at the leader level. And so, for example, yesterday, Andrew Wheeler, who's the head of the EPA, he continued to roll back Obama-era policies and regulations that had been put in place, and this newest rollback was really attacking clean water, pollution, and what we need as Americans to get access to safe drinking water. All of those protections that had been put in place are being rolled back, such as between what these young people are doing and realizing is important versus what the leadership is doing.
And this young girl, Greta, is expected to testify before Congress, and then she'll go speak at the UN Climate Summit. What will you be looking for in what she has to say?
I'm really looking forward to seeing her continue to make this real global movement and see her not just go and speak to her constituents and those who support her, but really get to those leaders who can make the decisions that need to be made, those tough decisions. Because none of these resources that are being not protected, whether we're talking about the Amazon forest in Brazil, or we're talking about the water that is shared across states in the United States, these are not decisions that are unilaterally made because they are going to impact so many different groups of people. It's not something that we can think it's just for us and therefore it's not going to impact anyone else. So when she speaks to the global governing bodies at the UN, there needs to be real, clear, concise decisions made that say this is a shared global resource. We are all citizens of the planet, and what happens in the Amazon does not stay in the Amazon. The water that we drink is shared by everyone. These are the types of things I'm hoping happen next week.
Well, how would a message like that be received by the U.S. president, who has questioned publicly whether climate change is really real? What is your message to the U.S. president?
It's really unfortunate how irresponsible he's been and continues to be. The rollbacks that we've seen that his administration has done, as recently as what we're saying yesterday, is really just artificially propping up what we know is not aligned to the future of what we need as a shared energy citizenship. And so everyone has a role to play and a part to play and needs to put the pressure on a leader who unfortunately is living in the past. We went back to regulations yesterday from 30 years ago. And that is just not the reality of the new future that we are going to be experiencing as the planet warms. And therefore, if he does not get aligned to what it's going to look like, he is going to be left in the dust, and so is the Republican Party. Because the younger generations, as we're seeing with Greta Thunberg, get it, and their voice is going to continue to grow. She's going to continue to mobilize them, and eventually his fate is in his own hands.
All right, we'll leave it there. Sweta Chakraborty, thank you so much.